Hey guys, this is Charl from worshipguitarskills.com, and in this lesson we're going to check out this palm muted ideas that you heard just now, and also going to show you how you can add some additional melodic interest to that and how you can actually use that part to really build single note lines. So that's very important because as an electric guitarist we are called upon to do many different kinds of parts, and a part like this sits really well in kind of a down section where we just want to add some forward moving momentum with that rhythmic pattern. But then also as the part grows and as we're about to go into a bigger kind of a chorus, you want to be able to, just kind of open up the taps a little bit, if you will, by, just adding some more intensity to what you're playing. So what I just had here was essentially 4 approaches in which I was able to play a single note line to really build into a big section. So let's check out exactly what I did in order to play that. So as you can see, it's all based around this D note over here, which remained the same for 3 of my chords, and then I went 2 frets higher for the E note, all based around chord tones. So when I play D as a chord, the D note is the root. When I play G5, the D note is the 5th. When I play B minor 7th, the D note is the minor 3rd. And when I play E, that becomes the 5th of A. All right, and all I did was literally just 2 notes, but as you can see, I'm using a kind of a palm muting approach like this. So I've just turned the reverb off there so we can hear this part a little bit more isolated. So what's going on there is I'm playing the string the whole time like that, and only when I want to hear the note to ring out, then I literally fret the actual note. So that's kind of simple. You just play a 16th note pattern on a muted G string in this instance. That's pretty cool, right? I'm just playing the string the whole time, and then my fretting hand just frets the note when I want to hear those accented rhythmic beats there. Now that's kind of cool. If you play that, it's just going to add some texture to that. But what if you want to start building a little bit? Well, a great way is to add some melodic interest through the use of a hammer-on. So what I'm going to do there is I'll play the D note, but then I'm just going to hammer on from the C sharp to the D note at the end of each phrase. It's going to sound something like this. And what's happening here is, for the previous part, I had my palm, this part of my palm muting the string the whole time in order to get that muffled sound. But when I played the hammer-on for that melodic interest there, I actually take my palm off the string, so it sounds like this. So that's a nice way to have some contrast, because when I'm playing the palm muting, it's like a real tight and focused sound, whereas when I take my hand off the string, then that's a more kind of a bold, focused sound that's going to cut through a little bit more. Now, taking that approach into mind, where I don't actually mute the strings for some parts, in this case the hammer-on, what I can actually do is I can take the palm muting off the strings completely and then play a strumming kind of pattern using that same rhythmic approach, and then I can add some additional notes, and I'll show you where those come from. But essentially, when I wanted to build it, it sounded like this. So as you can see, it was really the same rhythmic pattern, but instead of picking it, I'm strumming it open like this. And then I also added some additional notes there which sound like this. Alright, so what's going on here? Well, remember my chords, it was D, G, B minor, A. So when I played D, of course I had my D note, but then I went to the F sharp. Because that F sharp is the third, and then I went back to D, then I played the G note over the G chord. Then I went back to the D, and then I played the A note, which is the minor seventh over the B minor chord. And then to end it, I just played this double stop over A, which would be the A note and the E note. And by playing that chord, it's kind of a nice contrast again from all of the single notes that I had going into the chord. So as you can see, that's a really cool way to build into a big chorus where we start off nice and you know, just really bubbling, so to speak, on this D note. I do that once throughout. The second time we added in the hammer-ons. And you remember when I play the hammer-ons, I take my hand off the string so it's not palm muted. And then for the final two times, I take my hands off completely, no longer palm muting any notes, playing that with a full kind of a 16th note strumming pattern, and then adding in the chord tones. Now, when you start adding that full strumming pattern to your playing, you really need to pay attention to not striking any of the other strings that's not part or that's not meant to be played, because then you can end up with a very messy sound. All right, so just pay close attention to the way that you mute your strings, and that's a different kind of muting, which basically just means I'm touching the strings that I don't want to ring out, so I only have the notes that should ring out. This is really cool if you look at the tab, because then you can clearly see what needs to happen there. So talking about the tab, if you'd like to get access to the tab where I played these three different parts, just click the link in the description box below. You can put in your email and I'll be able to send that right over to your inbox, along with some additional worship guitar resources that will help you become a better player from a technique perspective, learning more about the neck and knowing how to dial in the right tone. So all of that available in the link in the description box. Really hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.